So, hello everybody, live. Um, just before I invite Anthony into the Hangout, I'm going to make a little bit of a notification. Last night there was a little bit of confusion about the actual mirroring of this Hangout. So, I'm going to clear up the confusion. So, what I'm allowing to happen is I'm allowing Anthony to be able to mirror this Hangout on his channel. It's a courtesy to him. He's taking part in the Hangout, so I think it only fair that he mirror it on his channel. However, I'm only extending this courtesy. Sorry about that. Start again. So I was saying I'm just going to extend the courtesy to Anthony and of mirroring this video Hangout, and that courtesy is only extended to him. So if anybody else decides to mirror this Hangout without my permission, I mean, if you want to send me a PM and ask permission to mirror this Hangout, by all means do so, and I will consider it. But if anybody mirrors this Hangout without my permission, then I will take steps to protect my intellectual property, and that being a DMCA. Now, I will give 24 hours grace in that. I will allow the person 24 hours to take the video down before I file the DMCA against the channel. So that being said, I'll invite Anthony into the Hangout. If this doesn't work, if Anthony's actually watching this, we'll have to exchange the links on Twitter via direct message. Doesn't like this is going to work actually, so I'll do that now. So I've sent the link to you, Anthony, via Twitter, it should be in your direct message box now. So if you want to join me in the Hangout, feel free to do so. So I've sent Anthony the Hangout, the link to the Hangout via direct message on Twitter. So if somebody wants to tell him that that's what I've done, please do so. I don't think he's actually finished putting his kids to bed yet, and he did say he would be coming in around about 2 o'clock. But I thought I'd start it early to get things kicked off and stuff. Taking consideration that it's 1:54 a.m. here in the UK, so bear with me. So if everybody is wondering what's happening, I'm just waiting for Anthony to join the Hangout, and then we'll begin. So for all those that are just joining, I'm just waiting for Anthony to join the Hangout, and we'll kick things off. I did say to him that we'll be starting about 2 a.m. So I'm a little bit early off the mark with starting the Hangout, but I just wanted to say a few things before I actually started talking to Anthony. Hopefully, Anthony should be joining in the next couple of minutes or so, and we can get things started. So for everybody that's joining, the Hangout is taking place. I just started the Hangout a little bit early to make a little bit of a disclaimer. Anthony is going to be joining us at 2 a.m. UK time. I'm not sure what that is Eastern Standard Time, which is what he's on. So hopefully he'll be joining in the next couple of minutes and we can start this Hangout and get things started. Hello.
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 Hello. Thank you for staying up for me.
No problem.
2 o'clock in the morning. Yes.
Yeah.
So we are here. I'll let you run it, pal, because it's your channel.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is, because you're the guest on the actual Hangout, I'm going to let you have the platform, and I want you to just vent what you think about me, because I know you've got issues with me. So let's just start off from there.
Well, I don't have any beef with you, Vin, David. I mean, you know, you've been making videos about me because I am a fan of Devon, and I find it all a little bit bizarre and strange, and I just figured it would be a good idea to talk about it. People might be interested to hear the conversation. So yeah, I would say let's go from there. So this is obviously stemmed from Atheism is Unstoppable.
Yeah.
This is where this is stemmed from. I first spoke to you the middle of August when we did a hangout together, me, you, and Devon, and a few others, where we were all, you know, I wouldn't say we were friends, but we were becoming acquaintances when you were going through all that business with Bewildered Ape and all that kind of thing. And then, I don't know, something happened. I'm not entirely sure what it was, where you made a video called A Drop in the Ocean, which was obviously targeted at Devon. I know you're going to say, well, if the cat fits, wear it and all that kind of thing. But I mean, it was clearly, in my mind, a passive aggressive sort of strange thing to do. But it was like, okay, fair enough. But then it just snowballed from there to a very small degree, but it has snowballed somewhat. So I'm here to kind of find out what your deal is really, Vin. I mean, I have no beef with you. I mean, other than you've been making videos and trying to poke fun at me, which is fine. You've got every right to do that, and I've got no problem with it either. I will say one thing before we start. I think the whole DMCA thing is extremely strange. Looking back through hang on, I haven't finished. Just looking back through your channel, like you've always advocated free speech, and you talk about, you know, public soapboxes and all that kind of thing. And I understand the analogy you're trying to make. I think it's flawed, but I understand the analogy you're trying to make.
Well, so let me answer.
I will finish this. Then I just find it.
Let me answer your question. Let me answer your question.
I haven't asked you a question yet. So I'm just making a statement. I just find it a little bit strange that you are suddenly going down the road of extreme censorship, especially when it comes to YouTube. You know what I mean? Because putting strikes on people's channels.
Anthony, let me address that first. Right, filing a DMCA to protect your intellectual property is not censorship, because the person who is actually taking the content doesn't have the right to do so.
I understand that's in the terms and conditions and the all that business, but you know it's a law. But you also know it's a law.
You've just said that's censorship. That's not censorship, Anthony.
Well, I'm saying it's a low blow, isn't it, from a YouTube point of view? If you make videos on YouTube and you use somebody's video for whatever reason, yeah, I suppose somebody would say, well, yeah, you've broken the terms and conditions of YouTube. However, you know, I mean, is that really the route you want to go down? It just seems a little bit strange. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you're welcome to do whatever you want. I'm not saying that you're going against the rules of YouTube. It just seems a little bit strange, is what I'm saying.
See, I don't think it is strange. I don't think it is strange protecting videos that you make and stuff like that. You know,
so have you ever done that
fair
before?
use. I don't mind people taking my videos and doing a commentary on them and critiquing them and stuff like that. I've just got an issue with somebody taking an entire video in its entirety and then uploading it to their channel without changing it or anything like that. I think that's crossing the line slightly.
So if Sargon of Akkad stole your entire video, as you want to put it, and reloaded it up to his channel and said, I think this guy's work is really great, what do you think? I mean, would you complain at that? Would you file a DMC?
Anthony, that's a false analogy, mate, because obviously he's promoting my channel, so obviously I'm not going to DMCA the guy. What I'm talking about is somebody taking my video without permission and then making money from that video or whatever.
How would you make? Who's making money from it?
What do you mean? If they've got ad revenue on their videos, then they're making money from my video.
And who we're referring to here? Like Sargon of Akkad possibly could do that.
Well, I'm just speaking hypothetically. I'm not speaking about anybody in particular.
No, I understand that. So let's say somebody with 10,000 subscribers downloads your video and uploads it to his channel. And you know as well as I do, if you get 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 hits on a video, you're not going to make any money. You do realize that, right?
Yeah, no, but it's not about. It's also not about the money as well, Anthony. It's about stealing somebody's intellectual property and passing it off as your own, because that's what you're doing when you're mirroring somebody's video without permission.
Well, of course, if you said I made this video, what do you think? And then you've blatantly stolen it from somebody else, I can completely understand that point of view. But
well, that's what I'm saying.
Just mirroring it and saying, well, no, but I mean, I'm talking about putting a video on your channel saying this was made by Vindicator, this was made by Skullduggery, this was made by whoever, right? And just like openly saying this guy made this video, I didn't make it, but here it is on my channel.
Yeah, but what I'm doing is right. I'm giving you permission to mirror this hangout on your channel, and that's fair enough. Because let me speak. You're involved in this hangout. I don't understand why anybody else would want to mirror this hangout. They've already had threats of mirroring it without my permission already, and that's one of the reasons I've taken this action to point this out to people, that they can't just take a video and mirror it on their channel without permission. That's just not acceptable.
Okay, well, I mean, that's obviously your opinion, and you're entitled to it. I'm a little bit confused as to the reasons why you would be so against it. Because I mean, personally, I don't care. People can download one of my videos, upload it to their channel, and take the piss out of me. I really don't give a shit.
Yeah, but that will be changing the video.
All right. Well, I'll rephrase it then. Downloading my video, uploading it to their channel, and just uploading it. I don't care. I mean, why?
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine for you to do, Anthony. I just don't share that view.
Yeah, but it seems to be like a recent thing with you, Vin, because I don't know, you've always been for one for, my voice is out there, and I want people to, well, if you want to hear it or not.
Anthony, we've just gone over this. We've just gone over this. That's not censorship. If somebody takes a video from my channel,
I'm not saying it's censorship. I'm just saying it's a little bit weird, is what I'm saying.
It's not weird at all. It's within the terms of service. It's on YouTube. That's why there's a DMC option on YouTube. It's not weird. It's within the terms of service.
So is this something that you've done frequently, or?
No, I'm doing it basically.
Has anybody ever done that, or?
I've never DMCA'd anybody in my life ever. And
why would you start?
The reason why is because they've never taken a video from my channel and just uploaded it.
Right. Well, but this is a hangout. This isn't something that you're creating per se, is it? We're creating it together.
Yeah, but it's on my channel. It's on my channel, though. And
yeah, it is, Ben. I understand that. It just seems like a bit of a sort of a Josh Banco thing to do, which I know you weren't in favour of. I don't quite understand it, that's all. I'm just trying to get some clarification on it. I know it's not the point of why we're talking right now, but it did seem quite just a strange thing to do, Vin. That's all I'm saying. I'm just highlighting it.
I don't think there's anything strange about protecting your property.
Oh, come on. It's not like you.
Well, let's reverse this, right? Let's talk about Atheist Real, right? What about if somebody took a video of his and in its entirety and then uploaded it to their channel? Would you be okay with that if they passed it off as theirs?
Would I be okay with it? Of course they would. What, I mean,
why? I don't think you're entirely being truthful there. I don't think you would.
Why would I have a problem with that? I didn't make it. I mean, I didn't make the video. I've made
Anthony, I think we both know you would have an issue with that.
Well, no, I'm just telling you I wouldn't have an issue with it.
Yeah, I think you would.
Well, I'm telling you I wouldn't have, because I didn't make the video. So why, even if I had made the video, I wouldn't care. It's not. I'm not getting anything from it. I'm not making money from it. If somebody really likes my video and wants it on their channel, then I guess the only thing I would ever feel is sort of some feeling of gratification. I wouldn't feel upset or pissed off. If they even wanted to pass it off as their own, I'd be like, wow, okay.
Well, I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree on that point, because we've obviously got different views on that, and that's okay. And it's not censorship; it's just protecting your own intellectual property.
It just seems a little bit odd. Is all I'm saying from you, Vin, because I have heard some of your stuff. I'm not just saying this blindly.
Yeah.
No,
it's not strange to me, because it's not.
You want to leave it there? All right, fair enough. Fine. That's not the point of why we're talking. So let me just move on my stuff.
So just air your opinions. What do you really want to get out of this hangout?
Well, you seem to have some sort of beef with, well, initially Devon, and then it's sort of bled into me for some reason.
It's not really some reason, though, is it, Anthony? It's not really some reason. It's not as though like it was completely out of the blue. You getting involved.
So why don't you state your? Okay, so you state your case then.
Well, I'll address some of your issues that you brought up. I mean, you were talking about why I initially had a problem with Devon, and to be honest with you, I know what you're going to say about this, and like I said, it's your opinion to do so. I have an issue with the way he was blocking people. Now, I'm not talking about trolls or people that were spamming him from the drunken peasants thing with debate TJ and stuff like that, because I would have got sick of that. I'd have blocked them eventually. I'm talking about the people who came with legitimate criticism, no matter how shit it was, that he was starting to block people like that. And to me, that was kind of, that's crossing the line.
Okay, so is that your first point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or was that your whole? I hope that's not everything.
No, that's not everything, mate. No.
Well, you see, I was listening to a little bit of some of your stuff today, and you said you drew an analogy of that you see YouTube as like Speaker's Corner, right?
Yeah.
Like a public space.
Yeah. But right. It is it's not an analogy. It is a public space. There's nothing questionable about that. YouTube is a public forum.
Yes, well, it can be. It's definitely a public space, without a doubt. But then individuals have their own channels, right? And they can run them as they see fit, just like you're saying with the DMCA thing, right?
Well, they can't. If you're going to make the analogy that your YouTube channel is a living room, you don't really have conditions forced on you in your own living room, do you? Like, if you say something wrong in that so-called living room, you can be kicked off of YouTube. So it's not really your living room, really. It's like I said, it's an analogy. It's like being in a public park, and you've got a right to be there, and you've got a right to talk. But the minute you do something wrong, then you're kicked out the park or whatever, and that's down to YouTube's discretion. So I think the actual analogy of it being a living room is a bit off. I would call it a park.
Yeah, but dogs can shit in the park.
And that's just the part of being on a public forum, though, isn't it?
Right. So that's
something you accept when you join a public forum.
Right. So you weed out that shit, basically.
Yeah.
So that's what he's doing. I mean, he doesn't have to listen to anything, does he? I mean, he doesn't have to respond to anything. He could just upload a video, leave the comments open, but never ever respond or interact with anybody whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly.
But he chooses to do that in his own fashion, at his own time, when he wants to do it, just like you do.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, we're in like a special community. We're in like a skeptical, rational community. I want to try to explain to you why I feel the way I do about the situation.
Well, just one moment. I don't include myself in any part of that. I am a skeptic and I am an atheist and all the rest of it. But that's, to me, is absolutely irrelevant. There's bigger things going on, Devon. Then go on.
Just let me explain why I feel so strongly about this, and this might, give you a bit of insight. I know I'm going to bring it up again. I know you've made fun about me about bringing this up, but it's true, right? I was on YouTube in the very beginning, 10 years ago, and when we first started, we were a very minority on YouTube, the atheists. The religious people outnumbered us about 10 to 1, and it was very difficult in the beginning. In fact, in the first year of me joining, YouTube, I lost count of how many channels I actually lost to false flagging and vote botting and stuff like that. And so, as a badge of honor, we left our comment sections open because we wanted to show these religious people we could take the criticism that they were throwing at us, and it became like I said, it was a badge of honor. And then when they found out that they couldn't get to us that way, they then upped their game. They started flagging our videos down, and then eventually it turned into DMCAing, false flagging.
Well, I've heard all this. Yeah, I've heard all that. I get that, but yeah, I get that. But the whole downgoing thing doesn't count anymore. Nobody cares about that. I mean, if you look at a channel like the Young Turks with 2.5 million subscribers, they put videos out with 2,000 likes and 7,000 dislikes. Doesn't seem to be doing them any harm whatsoever. But that's just people voicing their opinion in a very minor way. But so you know that, right? But it doesn't work like that anymore, Vin, and you know that. It doesn't make any difference. Doesn't matter how many people downvote your video.
Like I said, it's evolved from that, though. It's evolved from that. It evolved from the downvoting. Then you start to see them abusing the false flagging, and then it moved on to the false DMCAs.
Well, you're talking about. Well, okay. So what? I mean, I don't really see what point you're making there. You know, you're talking about you went from Devon blocking people, which means nothing. It doesn't mean that they can't watch his videos. It just means they can't make comments on them.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, he's called people out in the past for blocking him. And my point is that if you're going to be a skeptic and you're going to be critical of people, then you've got to be open to getting that criticism back and being open to that criticism.
But who is he called out about blocking him? Maybe two. He's
been on Twitter. He's been on Twitter and he's complained quite a few times that people have blocked him. And he's complained about it, and you know he has, because I've seen it.
Creationist Cat, like these bigger YouTubers, right? Not individual little eggs and people with 50 followers on Twitter. These are like the Amazing Atheist and Creationist Cat and these other people that he stood up against. And then they blocked him because they don't like him, you know, his attitude or whatever he's saying. They don't like it, so they'll block him. Now that's in all honesty, right? In all honesty, right? That's Italian to them. So
now listen to me, right?
Your point, Vin. That's addressing your point entirely. There's the only people he's called out. If somebody
instigated a false flag campaign against me, I would pretty much block them. Wouldn't you? If this was on the other foot, right, and Creationist Cat had instigated a false flag campaign against Devon, you'd have been all over that. You'd have been all over Creationist Cat for doing that. And this is what I'm talking about. It's this double standard that's present all the time.
Right. So, do you remember how all that started, Vin? You remember
that's not the point how it started. It's the fact.
Oh, it is. Oh, no, it is.
Me,
no,
right?
that is important.
No, it's not. It's not the point at all. It's not in point how it started whatsoever. The point is that Devon instigated a false flag campaign.
It's not important why Creationist Cat is involved in this. Vadim Newquist, is that not important? Why Vadim Newquist is involved in all this? Is that not important?
I would if Creationist Cat had instigated a false flag campaign against Devon, I'd have been making the same videos about Creationist Cat.
Okay,
and you know I would. You know I would.
So why are Devon and Vadim at loggerheads? Why are they not getting on?
That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
Of course it's not.
How is that irrelevant, Anthony? It's irrelevant. You never instigate a false flag campaign because you can't take criticism.
All right. So what channel is Chris?
Anthony, right? Listen to me. They were both making videos about each other, right? And that's fair enough. That's great. That's called debate, Anthony. The thing is, Rue took it to another level when he instigated a false flag campaign.
Absolutely false. Completely false.
No, it's not false at all. It's not false at all. I've got the fucking tweets, Anthony, to prove it. That he was instigating a false flag campaign. So how is it false, Anthony?
Tell me what month they started in then.
In the underbar, I will post links to the tweets, and you can see for yourself. I'm not sure offhand, but it's quite obvious. I made a fucking video about it, Anthony, and you commented on that video. I showed it in the video where Atheist Rue was asking his fans to go and flag Racist Cat's videos.
Racist Cat's videos.
I said Racist Cat's video.
Right. Well, it all started in July, then. That's when it started, okay? And when I got involved, the only time when I first got involved in this is that Creationist Cat tweet about the KKK. And I was almost, if I wasn't the very first person to tweet back at him, like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck are you saying?
And Anthony,
I don't delete my tweets, right?
Anthony, right?
Okay, I'm giving some context.
Listen to me, right?
I'm giving some context here for people who might not understand how this all started. So basically, Creationist Cat said that Atheist Rue should give up his Patreon, and all the people that support his Patreon should give the money to the KKK and all that shit. So that he got involved on his own volition. Right.
So the point is, Anthony, right? The point is that Devon made a video highlighting that.
I'm aware of all that.
They had a little back and forth. Let me finish. They had a little back and forth, and that's how it should have been done. But fucking Creationist Cat even tried to get that fucking strike removed for Devon, and he behaved like a fucking arsehole to Creationist Cat, even though he was trying to get this strike removed for him. And you know he did try to do that, because I've seen the conversation that you had with Creationist Cat.
I have it still.
Yeah. Right. So therefore, right, that was okay, because they were having a back and forth video-wise. Listen to what I'm saying, Anthony. Let me finish what I'm saying. Right, you've had your say. Let me have mine. All right.
Go ahead, pal.
Right. Okay. So they were having a back and forth video-wise. Right. That's fair enough. They were both countering each other's arguments, which is what should happen on a public forum. Atheist Rue then got butthurt and instigated a false flag campaign against Creationist Cat because the strike wasn't removed. That's the issue I'm taking here. He took it a step further. He tried to flag him out of revenge. That is wrong, Anthony.
Have you finished?
Yeah.
Okay. So none of this would have even started, would it?
It's nothing to do with how it started.
Wait a minute, pal.
Nothing to do with how it started.
All right. So you're just going to talk over me every single time? You're just going to talk over me every time? Are you just going to overtalk me every single time?
No, because you're talking shit, mate. You're talking shit.
I'm trying to get a word in edgeways here, pal. Public forum and all that.
It doesn't matter how it started. Right, well, you never instigate a false flag campaign against anybody. Right. It's frowned upon. It's the low barrel move. It's the lowest move in the book.
Right. Does everybody hear every single time I talk, he just overtalks me? You get that? So you're going to let me speak?
Go ahead.
Right. None of this would have even started if he wouldn't have gotten involved. Why did he send that tweet? Why did he smear Devon?
Anthony, it's irrelevant, right? What? The outcome is irrelevant. What started this is irrelevant. You can laugh all you like, mate. You're talking shit, right? You never instigate a false flag campaign out of revenge just because.
I'll go back to my original question.
For you.
Why did he get involved? Why did he get involved?
I've seen what atheists said about it.
Right. So okay. Well, let's jump to your point then. Okay. So let's jump to your point.
Deny that, Anthony.
So let's jump to your point. None of this is to do with me. You know. You realise that, right?
Yeah, but you got involved, Anthony. You got involved in this.
In how? How many people have I flagged?
And you commented on my video about this as well. How many people have I flagged? So you inserted yourself into this.
How many people have I flagged?
How many people has Atheist Rue flagged?
How many people have I flagged? How many people have I flagged?
I don't know. How many people did you flag?
You don't. No fucking idea. You're the one talking shit.
Why are you asking people? Why are you asking people to flag videos that you're not willing to flag yourself? And I asked the same question to Atheist Rue.
Whoa! I've asked people to flag videos.
You've encouraged them to do so.
Show me the tweets. You
can't deny it, Anthony. You can't deny it at all.
I just did deny it,
Devon, from instigating a false flag campaign. You can never take that stance. You can't defend a false flag campaign, mate. It's impossible.
I said, show me some evidence, you skeptic.
What evidence of Devon instigating a false flag campaign?
Of me flagging anybody or encouraging anybody.
Well, put it this way, you haven't exactly discouraged anybody, have you? All right, I'll rephrase it for you. You haven't discouraged anybody, have you? You haven't said to Devon, oh, mate, this is wrong. You shouldn't be instigating a false flag campaign against people.
Am I his dad?
Well, you tend to back him up on other things. Don't you have a voice of your own, Anthony? Can't you stand up to him and say to him, this is wrong, mate?
What's wrong? A true flag campaign?
Fuck off, true flag campaign. Fucking hell, mate. Seriously. What was on Vadim's fucking channel that was worthy of a flag? Because Rue said he was doing it out of revenge. Don't forget he tweeted that.
Yeah, so he's bullying people. Creationist Cat is bullying people.
But his videos are not in breach of terms of service, so it's a false flag.
Right, so Creationist Cat said he was a racist.
That's got nothing to do with a false flag campaign.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
You're a fucking idiot, mate. You're trying to defend the false flagger.
A false flagger. All right. So what's been okay? So let's say everybody did do what he said or asked people to do. What would be the result of that?
It doesn't matter, mate. Instigating a false flag
So anything
campaign
I say is irrelevant or whatever. Okay. So shall we move on from this because this isn't my channel.
Reason, but none of those videos
remind everybody,
down, mate,
this isn't my channel, and we're talking about somebody that's not even in this chat.
Service.
Nobody's in this chat that we're talking about right now. By the way, we're talking about Devon again, which is what all you ever do.
What's wrong with that? It's a public forum, mate. He talks about Young Turks all the time.
But that wasn't supposed to be the
subject, atheists. What's wrong with talking about people on a public forum that you disagree with?
Okay, so who are you going to talk about next?
I don't know, but I'm in this hangout to discuss issues you have with me.
No, you have issues with me, pal. You're the one making videos about me.
Have you seen the tweets that you've sent to me lately, and that I've had to counter? You have an issue with me, mate. You have an issue with me because I'm critical of Devon.
Read them out.
It's plainly fucking clear on my video.
Read them out on air. No, read them out on air. Read them out live.
I haven't got them to hand, mate. But you know you made the comments, and so do people who have seen your comments.
Mm-hmm.
So you clearly have an issue with me.
Well, you've been sort of vague. Can you be more specific?
I'm not being vague at all. You've left comments on my video. Clearly, you have a problem with me because they're not exactly nice comments, mate.
Read one of them out.
I don't have them to hand. I don't need to have them to hand. The proof is in the fucking videos, mate.
Well, I mean, we've got like at least a couple hours. Let's bring it up. Let's read one out. Let's see if I can get one up. Hang on. No, in fact, I can't because you deleted me from your channel. You blocked me from it. So
you're not blocked on my channel, mate. You tried to bring that up the other day. You're not blocked. You probably got me muted, so you can't see me.
How does that work?
I've got no clue, but I know you can mute
that
people.
Seems to be something you just made up. Because I saw you had said that last night. You can't mute somebody. I can't see. I can't see my own comments on your.
Yes, you can mute somebody. You can mute somebody on YouTube.
You can either remove the comment or you can remove the user from the channel.
You can mute them as well, and you know you can.
I've got no fucking idea.
The options on the comment.
Mirror your screen. Let's take a look. Because you'll get like a tutorial out of this as well. Because I've got no fucking idea how you do that, pal. No idea whatsoever. I've never seen a mute.
Just bear with me a minute, and I'll show you.
Dead air. Love a bit of dead air on Not My Hangout.
Yeah, well, you asked for evidence. I'm just giving it to you, so deal with it.
Right, yeah. Well, what I'm asking you to do is read my comments out. Some of them are quite funny.
So you see, you say you've not got an issue with me, mate, but you clearly have because you've just said that.
Oh my God, Vindicator! It's pretty obvious I'm just poking fun at you at this point. I mean, can you not
exactly?
See that?
You've obviously got a problem with me, mate. So I'm just asking you what that problem is.
I don't have a problem. The problem I have is that you're making videos about me, which I just find a little bit strange. You call it a problem. I just find it a little sort of odd behavior. So I'm intrigued.
Why is it odd behavior? You've made comments about me too, mate.
Right. So what? I'm not making videos about you.
So why is that odd behavior? You've done the same thing to me. The only thing I've done is fucking respond.
Yeah, but you know, like you were saying earlier, you know, you can just respond to a YouTube comment or you can take it further, and you decided to take it further. Of, you know, basically making videos about me and trying to and I've seen your friend Nathan trying to smear me as well. Jumping on the back of what John
that's something that you'd have to take up with Nathan because I don't speak for Nathan. He doesn't speak for me.
Okay, good. So I don't speak for Devon.
You do, mate. You do speak for Devon. Quite obviously you do.
So it doesn't matter what I say, you're going to go, well, no, really, you don't.
Right, Anthony, I don't need to. Every fucking video that's critical. Listen to me.
All you do is go, well, yeah, you do, really. Even though I said, well, I don't.
I don't need to, mate. The proof is there. Every fucking video critical of Devon, you comment on it.
Show me some
evidence. You're there like a bad smell commenting on it. It doesn't matter if the channel's only got 7 fucking subs. You're there fucking commenting on it.
Give me some evidence. Give me some evidence. Please, some evidence. Give me some evidence.
You know what? I'll make a video about it tomorrow and I'll show you all the fucking evidence. You can eat those fucking words. How about that one, eh? Because you know I'm right. You can laugh all you want, mate. You know I'm right.
Well, you're making a fool of yourself then. Because you keep saying
I'm not making a fool of myself at all. Okay. You've just requested evidence. I can't give you evidence. So the only way I can give you evidence is to make a video showing you that evidence.
Okay, so you know, like in a debate, when I make a point, and then, or if you make a claim, then you would expect evidence of some kind to back it up. So if I say something, you'll just go, well, no, that's just not true. Like if I say I don't speak for Devon, shut up. If I say I don't speak for Devon,
don't tell me
you go, well, mate.
Shut up.
So if I say, if I say,
who do you think you are?
See what I mean? So if I say I don't speak for Devon, you go, well, yes, you do.
Yeah, but you've fucking demonstrated you do fucking speak for Devon on several occasions, because you go around people's videos critical of him, fucking posting shit comments about people.
Like what?
Because your butt hurt.
Like what?
Fucking, it's the same fucking comment all the time. This is a shit video and all that kind of stuff.
This is a shit video. I could probably think of something more entertaining to say than that. But okay.
Like I said, you've asked for evidence, so I'll provide you with evidence tomorrow in a video.
Cool. All right. I'm sure it'll be scintillating.
It will be, mate, because you'll be eating your fucking words.
Of what? What was the point you were trying to make there, Vin?
You've asked for evidence. I'm going to give it to you. That's the point.
Yes. Evidence of what? Me leaving comments on videos?
Evidence of you going around people's videos, leaving fucking comments.
Why, is that not allowed now?
No, but you're just saying that you don't speak for Devon. And you've claimed on several occasions that people are insignificant. But then you go around the videos constantly fucking commenting on them. It's a kind of hypocritical, isn't it?
Why am I not allowed to do that?
Well, put it this way, mate. If you say to me that I'm insignificant, which you've done several times, then I'd expect you to ignore me if I'm insignificant and not worthy of your time. You've said that on several occasions, yet on every fucking video, there you are commenting.
Right. Well, how long does it take to make a YouTube comment? 5 seconds?
Well, what's that got to do with anything? What's that got to do with anything, mate?
It takes no effort, does it? It takes no effort to leave a YouTube comment. That's why you get so many trolls.
If somebody's insignificant, then you don't have anything to do with them, mate. You just ignore them.
Right. So that's my opinion, isn't it? But unless it has any effect on the person I'm speaking to or typing my message to, it's completely irrelevant. It's just lost in the
you told me, Nathan, Wyatt, other people that were insignificant. I've seen you do it, mate. You spend all your fucking time commenting on those videos that are critical of Devon. You fucking do it.
Okay, calm down. Calm down. So
I'm not fucking irate, mate. I'm just fucking angry because you talk shit and you're denying it and you're lying through your fucking teeth and you know you are.
You haven't asked me anything. I've asked you to provide any scrap of evidence, and all you've said is this video is shit.
Because I can't provide it. Just because I can't provide it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You're talking like a creationist.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, obviously you don't, because you're thick, mate.
I'm thick. Okay. Another wild accusation. Can you prove that one as well?
Well, yeah, obviously, because you're saying that I can't provide evidence of you posting comments everywhere. Yeah, obviously I can't provide it now because I don't have those videos at hand, but I will do tomorrow in a video. So that's my point. I can prove the evidence exists, and I can prove you did that.
Okay. And okay, so you're going to prove what point in your video again?
Right, what did you ask me? You asked me for evidence of you making comments on videos that were fucking nasty to people who you said was insignificant.
Okay, well, people can rewind this video. Hopefully it will upload properly to your channel, because there are YouTube problems right now. Nothing to do with Vindicator or myself. So people will be able to look back and see what, I mean, up to this point, we've only been talking, what, half an hour, that you've continuously tried to stifle what I'm trying to say. If I try and make
I have not at all.
Well, immediately you keep doing that. Okay, so you keep jumping over what I'm trying to say. Like, you'll give me the floor and then you'll jump on top of me and trying to push me off the floor again, which is fine. It's your channel, but everybody who's watching will be able to see that. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Every time I try and make a point, like, you said that you thought I spoke for Devon, and I said I don't speak for Devon, and you immediately jumped in and said that I do, which is no rebuttal whatsoever, and you know that full well.
Well, put it this way.
You're
speaking over me now, right? You're speaking over me now. Follow your own advice, right?
No,
follow your own advice.
Stupid little cunt.
Follow your own advice, mate. Follow your own advice.
Okay, so everybody can see this.
There will be evidence tomorrow to back up what I'm saying in this hangout. All right?
Go for it. Because every time I try and speak, Vin, you just
spoke over me. You just spoke over me.
Okay.
So you're just the same, mate.
So I will start talking again and to say that I do not speak for Devon. Okay, Devon is his own man, as you are and as I am as well. But you're trying to say that I am somehow what, deluded, or I'm just in some group think or something like that. Let's talk about that.
Okay, let's discuss that.
Sure. I love how we can at least move this fucking conversation on a little. Go ahead.
Right, so with every channel that I see that's a pretty big channel, you get this little clique of people. And I'm not just saying this is like indicative of Devon's channel. This happens with all YouTube channels that have a certain amount of subscribers. But the thing that's different about Devon's channel is he actively encourages this sort of mentality against people. He encourages his fans to attack other channels, right? Now whether that channel is right or wrong, its opinion, that is wrong. You shouldn't abuse your fans like that and send them out to attack other YouTubers. That's just fucking mental, mate. It really is.
Is that your point?
No, I'm not finished yet. The point of the thing is, mate, right? He has this group of people called the Flying Monkeys. You call yourself the general of that Flying Monkeys. Now, I'm willing to concede that originally it started out as a joke. You'll say it's a joke. That's fair enough. But then I started to see it take a nasty turn because Devon was then saying, he was tweeting out a video and said, go and give this channel some attention. And they did. And they were leaving hate comments. They were rating down the videos. And that's fucking wrong.
Like who? And I'm not saying there isn't one, but can you give me an example? Are we talking Jenny McDermott? Are we talking? Because I know she's in the chat. So,
well, Wyatt for starters. Wyatt, Nathan, me.
Well, I mean, Nathan, Jesus Christ, he's got 50 subs.
So what's that got to do with anything? What's that got to do with anything, mate? The amount of subs he's got. It's still wrong to send you. It's still wrong to send your fans to attack a channel.
Because nobody's paying any attention to him anyway. That is a big part.
Well, how is that relevant? How is that relevant to send fucking fans to a channel you think is fucking not getting any attention? What's the point in that then? Okay, is that suggesting that Devon can't take criticism and that he doesn't like people being critical of him? If Nathan's channel isn't receiving attention, what's the point in addressing it?
I'm talking about Devon again.
What's the point in addressing it? No, I've got to talk about it because we're talking about group.
I'm trying to. Yeah, we're talking about groupthink, right?
Yeah, we're talking about groupthink, and the middle of that groupthink is Devon.
Okay, so Devon releases. I'll give you an example. He releases a video on like the one he did today, right? He just released a 3-parter on some English guy. Never heard of him before, but he's got almost 200,000 subs on YouTube. He looks like a low-rent Simon Pegg. And he's talking about the Paris attacks. Now, I know when it comes to Islam, Vin, me and you are on point. We definitely agree on Muslims. I would imagine, to the most part, the Islamic faith and all the rest of it. Would you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Okay, right, okay. And I knew he would be. Right, so anyway, Devon releases a video about this fucking dick in England that's basically saying Islam is the people who did the Paris attacks have nothing to do with Islam, basically. It's one of those type things. So I would imagine what he's saying in that video you would agree with.
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched any of his stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, the general message is that, and given what I'm saying, I guess you would agree with it.
Yeah, I'd agree with it. Yeah.
Okay. So he puts just a link to the original video. He doesn't say go downvote it. He just puts this is the original video. Now I linked to that video and I downvoted it because it's the wrong message. I want people to see that video is shit. And this isn't some little YouTuber. This is somebody with a hell of a lot of subscribers. A hell of a lot. Now, Devon released a video a few months ago, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, where he put a compilation of, I think it was called something like people who I can't even be bothered responding to. It was something on those lines. I can't remember what it was called. And it had a link, and some of those links in there were people that were actually supporters of Devon, and it all got a little bit messy, right? And people got hit with the crossfire, and people got their videos downvoted. But at the end of the day, nobody gave a shit, right? Because Devon's description in the video wasn't entirely clear, you know, and that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, no harm is done. Some videos got downvoted, and so what? So he doesn't send hate to people. Like, it's people attacking him more often than not. The only people, seriously? Hang on a second.
Seriously?
Okay, go ahead.
Right. I've got screenshots of Devon telling his fans to get a strike on my channel. You're saying he's not giving out hate to people. He is, Anthony.
How are you ever going to get a strike on your channel?
How do you know I won't, Anthony? He could go through my video record and they could get lucky. They could get lucky and strike it.
Oh my goodness. Don't be silly.
It's not being silly, Anthony. You don't ask people to get a strike on somebody's channel.
Okay, well,
it's wrong, mate. It's wrong.
Okay, well, we're live right now, aren't we? To how many people? 58 people. So I'll say anybody wants to give me a strike, try your best, because there's nothing on my channel worthy of a strike.
Well, you don't know that of my channel, do you?
Oh, come on, Vin. You talk about what? You're just giving your own opinion and stuff. You're just running your channel how you want to run it. You're not breaking terms of service, so why a flag would make any difference? It wouldn't make a difference.
Anthony, right? You'd be surprised. I had 3 DMCAs last year alone, and I had 3 videos taken down. I was like, I nearly lost my channel last year.
Valid or invalid? Was
invalid.
It just bullshit strikes? Right, so you get where Devon's coming from. Yeah. Some of these strikes are bullshit, right? Some of these strikes are bullshit.
Yeah, but I'm proving the point. You're saying it's impossible. It's not impossible, Anthony. They can go through these people, right? If they're dedicated, they can go through your catalogue and they can find a video which they think breaches terms of service and they will flag it. It's happened to me.
I know, but what have you done? Dude, I did a hangout about a month ago where I mirrored the Bradford City fire, and I know you know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I mirrored like the ITV news footage of it. I just mirrored it on my channel. I screen shared it during a hangout. And the video was taken down immediately. And it was never even published. But I didn't get a strike for it. It was just like, you're not allowed to do that type thing, which is fine. But nobody's after you, Vin. Fuck, nobody's trying to attack you. I mean, somebody might leave some mean comments on your channel, but it's not. Fuck, man. You're like almost creating this for yourself. It's like you're making such a drama about stuff.
No, I'm fucking not, because I know what it's like to get your channel removed, mate. I've had 6 channels removed. Listen to me. No, you're interrupting me now. Let me speak.
Oh my God, nobody's trying to do that, Ben. That's all I'm trying to say. Nobody's trying to do it.
Let me speak. I've had 5 channels removed because of false DMCAs. You're saying it's impossible. It's not impossible. Because if you get somebody with a large amount of stock accounts with different email addresses, they can take down your channel. It's happened to me. It's not impossible. You say nobody's after me. I had threats from fucking Islamic cunts because I made videos about Islam. They threatened to take my channel down, and they threatened my fucking life.
Come on.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Right. I had fucking on my private email, because they fucking DMCA'd me and got my personal information. They found out where I lived, and I had photos posted of my front fucking door through email.
From Google fucking what was it? Google.
No, mate. These were from across the fucking road.
And what?
I don't make videos about this, mate, because I don't highlight that. You're not supposed to. You're trying to make out this is insignificant. It's not. This happens to people on the internet. And that leads me on to another thing. This bullshit you keep coming out with. State your name. Don't be anonymous, right? I just want to make a point about that. I've got people that subscribe to me that are from Islamic countries that have to be anonymous because they're atheists and they're still in places like Saudi Arabia. So when I see people like you, no, let me finish. When I see people like you saying you're a pussy for not stating your name, you don't know fuck all about the people you're saying that to or what their position is, mate.
Oh my God, Vin. Jesus Christ. You missed that point entirely then. Because of course there's reasons why people need to be anonymous online. I get that.
Yeah, but you don't know who you're talking to when you're saying that. If you're talking to an anonymous person on the internet, how do you know what their situation is when you're calling them a pussy?
Okay, I don't care. The thing, my point is,
you don't care. You don't care.
Will you let me finish?
Wow.
So on Twitter, when people come at me on Twitter and just say you fag sucking, ruse sucking, cock dick fuck, right? Do I then have to engage that person, or should I just block them?
You just block them.
Right. Okay. So if they then come to me and start asking me questions about what I believe and and want to engage me in a conversation, say in a hangout, I want to know their name.
Why does being anonymous affect your argument, mate? Why does
it depends what they're saying, doesn't it? It depends what they're saying.
Obviously,
we're talking about the weather. Right. Okay. So if they then start talking about the weather, then they can be anonymous, as far as I'm concerned. Because I don't care.
The thing I go by.
If they start attacking me and my ideas, then I want to know their name, because my name is there.
How does that affect their argument if they're only attacking your ideas? Right. This is what I go by, Anthony. Right.
And not anonymity, then.
right?
Anonymity.
Listen to me,
It's
right?
it's like a pussy shield.
Listen to me, right? If they
Oh,
start
well,
attacking you or your family anonymously, then yeah, right. They should be made to display their name. I agree with that totally. But if they're just presenting an argument to you anonymously, that doesn't be them telling you their name doesn't affect that argument what they're saying to you at all. They're not pussies for not stating their name. There may be reasons why they're anonymous on the internet. You say you don't care about that. I do.
Right. So what's the upshot of that then, Vin?
What do you mean, what's the upshot of that? You're calling people pussies when you don't know who they are or what they are. You're just saying, right. I'm Alpha, you're a pussy because you won't show your name on the internet, when you know fuck all about that person you're talking about. For all you know, so that person could be a war veteran.
An IDF soldier, yeah, like all that shit, right? So then what? Because I'm never going to know, am I? Because that person wants to be anonymous.
Yeah, but that's one of the reasons you don't call people pussies for not stating their name, though. It's common decency.
Well, they are pussies. They are pussies.
No, they're not pussies.
Yes, they are pussies.
In your opinion, they're pussies. In my opinion, they're not pussies.
In my opinion, they are fucking pussies. Like you, Vin. You're a pussy.
Why am I a pussy?
Vindicate my fucking ass. Your name's David. Jesus. Can I call you David for the rest of this hangout instead of Vindicator?
That's up to you, mate, because that name's false too. You know why it's false? You know why it's false? It's because I was getting DMCA'd a lot, and I used that as a false name to stop them from spreading my dogs around the internet.
Devin, I'm going to call him Brett for the entirety of this interview. All right, Brett. Can I call you Brett instead?
Just call me Dave. Just call me Dave. Don't be a twat about it. Just call me Dave.
No, I'll call you Brett.
I'll call you cunt then. Is that all right? Can I call you cunt?
That works, but you call me whatever you like, pal.
Yeah, I will do, mate.
Cunt's kind of, yeah, that works. Cunt care. Cunt care. Okay.
So you're saying that people who don't state their names on the internet are pussies then?
Yes, they are. Because they're sticking behind an anonymous thing and they can think they can spout whatever they like and think that their ideas have some validity when they don't.
Their anonymity on the internet doesn't affect their argument at all, mate. How can it? How can them stating their name change that argument that they're presenting to you?
Okay, so when an anonymous person calls me a racist, do you think I should take that seriously?
Well, I've just covered that, haven't I? I've just said if they make statements like that, then yeah, they should state their name. I'm just talking about a run-of-the-mill argument, mate.
Like what? Give me an example.
Like they're just disagreeing with your opinion on something. Say that that you're arguing about Islam with them, and they're talking about how moderates might exist in Islam, and you're disagreeing with them. How would them stating their name change that argument to you?
It would give them some credibility.
Why? If the argument has validity,
because they're willing to stand by their ideas.
It stands on its own. An argument stands on its own. It's based on the
evidence
that's presented.
An argument is nothing unless it's backed up by a person saying it.
No, it isn't. An argument is valid when it's backed up.
Oh my God! I hope everybody just heard that. Jesus Christ!
Why do you need to have somebody's name to make an argument valid?
All right, so you've got like people like Banksy that wants to make anonymous art, right? Which makes a statement because he is anonymous, because it's art and things like that, which is a completely different sphere too.
No, mate, we'll get back on point, right? We're talking about.
Right, so I'm making a point.
I want to get back on point. I want you to tell me how somebody making an argument, it changes that argument by stating their name to you.
Okay, so if this was in real life, okay, which is what we're sort of conflating these two things too. So in real life, if my next door neighbor comes at me with a bag on his head and won't give me his name, but wants to tell me what he thinks of me, what opinion do you think I'm going to have with him?
Yeah, but this isn't real life, mate. This is the internet.
This is not real life. What is it then?
This is the internet, mate.
Oh, God. Oh, brilliant.
A situation on the internet is totally different to in real life.
This is not real life.
Don't you get that? Don't you get that the situation on the internet is different from real life? Of course, if somebody comes up to you with a fucking bag on their head, mate.
Is it really different? Is it really different? So okay, so if talking to a real person in real life face to face, we have to compare it to a conversation online, right? Whereas I don't have the visual cues of you, whatever facial expression you have right now. Mine's partially smiling. We don't have those cues, do we? But this is real life, David. I'm talking to you, Brett. Sorry, I'm talking to you right now. I mean, it's like a telephone call that other people can listen to.
Yeah, exactly. So how would me stating my name change my arguments now?
Because I don't know who the fuck I'm talking to. I mean, why should I hold any of your opinions valid? You're not even going to tell me what your name is. That's like the basic human interaction thing, isn't it?
Well, why is that, Anthony? Why do people withhold their private details on the internet? Why do people do that?
Well, it depends what you're talking about. You're talking about bank account, social security number. I can completely understand that. But the real name? Why should that be a secret?
Because
I don't hide. I don't hide behind anything I say. I mean, my name is out there. Everything I say, I believe in, and I will stand behind it with my real name.
Well, that's good for you. But a lot of people don't think that way, Anthony. A lot of
people.
That's
fine. That's fine. I'm not trying to change their opinion either. But I will still call them a pussy.
Mate, fucking hell. They're not a pussy for wanting to be anonymous on the internet, because, like I said before, there are reasons why.
Some people, yes, very few. Very few. The masked Arab, for one, yes, deserves to be anonymous because he's an ex-Muslim, and we all know the penalties for that.
Well, this is my point. Right. What I'm saying to you
can't say everybody who doesn't want to give their name out is an ex-Muslim.
You just admitted there's a good reason for being anonymous. So how do you know everybody's position that you're talking to?
David, you're being a cunt.
I'm not being a cunt at all, mate. I'm just trying to explain to you why people are anonymous on the internet.
Yes, I understand why very few people online want to be anonymous. People like the masked Arab. People like the masked Arab.
There was a very big movement not long ago advocating to keep the anonymity on the internet.
For people who want to be anonymous, yes, that's their own choice. But I can still call them a fucking pussy. That's your point. I'm not allowed to call them a pussy.
You don't get it, mate. You don't get it at all.
Yes, I do get it, David.
You don't get it at all, mate. You really don't.
You know, you sound like a feminist at this point.
You sound like a
third wave feminist.
You sound a lot like a creationist.
Well, back that up, pal. Back that up. Back it with any evidence whatsoever.
I will be doing that tomorrow. Don't worry.
None. Oh, please.
So, are there any other points you want to cover?
Wow, man, we've only been going on 49 minutes. Let's not end it so soon.
I'm not talking about ending it. I'm asking you what are the points you want to discuss.
Well, we touched on groupthink, but then, Christ, we just went off on a major tangent there.
Well, that's what happens when we have a discussion, mate.
Well, this isn't a discussion. Every time I try and make a point, you just go.
No, I don't. No, I don't at all. You try and talk over me. I try and talk over you. Both of us, mate. So don't come that one.
Kind of do. No, you're trying to be somewhat forceful, and that's fine. You're trying to mount me in front of everybody, but I'm just pushing you off. So that's fine.
Fucking hell, Faye. Do you actually listen to what you say to people, mate?
Oh yeah, all the time. Those words just came out of my mouth.
Yeah. I don't think you truly listen to yourself though. What you say sometimes.
Oh, I'm glad this is not.
You just sound like a massive twat. Then I'll just didn't tell you that you sound like a massive twat.
Okay, so that's fine. I want to say that I'm really glad this is being recorded, and forever, ever and ever. It's the same thing when I was talking to Josh. Similarly, very similar. I try and make a point, and I just get stubbornness.
Well, you make a point then. Oh, stubbornness. I don't call it stubbornness, mate. I call it criticism back. That's what you don't like. Criticism.
Well, okay, so you try and criticize, but then you can't back it up with any evidence whatsoever.
But like I've already said, mate, that I can't have that evidence at hand. But there will be evidence tomorrow. I will leave links in the underbar to this video to the evidence. Okay?
Do it.
I will do.
Do it. Oh, Jesus, David, you make such a cunt of yourself. Stop making
you're doing
videos,
it too, mate. You're an absolute cunt.
Well, that's fine. So we're in agreement on that one, which is fine. You know, we're not all meant to get on, are we?
No, that's the point. This is the internet, mate. Not everybody gets on with each other.
Right.
But it's also the internet. It's a public forum. People are allowed to vent their criticisms.
It's not real though, so it's all right.
So what issues do you? I mean, you've obviously got issues with me criticizing Devon. So what's that? What's that all about?
No, I wouldn't be having this conversation with you if you didn't make videos about me. You can make videos about Devon all you want.
I've made one video about you, mate.
Well, I've seen my image in at least two that I can think of.
But they weren't about you.
Well, Yeah, true. But it's still trying to poke fun at me, and I like that. So, which is why I'm engaging with you right now, which is what I said at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason I'm engaging with you, mate, because we agreed to do a hangout and talk about stuff.
Right, but I don't understand why. I mean, I look back at some of your older stuff where you're getting at people like Steve Shives. Did you see that picture of Steve Shives, by the way? You must have seen that one.
I haven't seen. To be honest, mate, I haven't been looking at Steve Shives
Yeah,
lately.
fucking. I'm just Let's break off from the hostility just for a second and let's talk about that cunt, Steve Shives. That is. Somebody found a picture of him, right, from an old dating website where he's basically naked from the top of his head down to the.
Oh wait, yeah, I did see that.
One? That is him. What's he called? Something Blue Wing, something or other. Jesus Christ, that is amazing. I mean, that needs everybody's attention. I mean, Christ. Yeah, sorry, that was a brief interlude, but yeah, the group thing, because I saw you were in a hangout with Josh and some other people who like to wear sunglasses indoors for some bizarre reason. Trying to have a round table, rational thing. I didn't hear much of what you said, I have to be honest, but I find it strange that after you made that video, the drop in the ocean, where let's talk about that for a second, actually. So what was it that Devon or Devon's fans or me did or whoever did that sort of tipped you the other way?
It was
from us having that hangout August 15th to August 14th, whenever it was, to where we're at right now.
I've got to admit that the blocking was the first. It's just started the alarm bells, mate, and that's just my opinion. And that whole drop in the ocean video, I know I know you thought it was actually about Devon. I'll admit that now. It was about Devon, but it was my way of being diplomatic and trying not to cause drama. And I thought I'll just leave it at that. I'll just make this video and move on. But I couldn't move on because people were saying, "You're talking about Devon, aren't you? You're talking about Devon," and I kept on getting fucking comment after comment, private message after private message.
And you were saying, well, if the cat fits, wear it.
Exactly.
But you just admitted that it was about Devon. I mean, why didn't you just?
Yeah, I've just admitted that, mate. Were you listening?
Yeah, I'd heard you.
So at that point, I thought, fucking hell, all right, if you want it, I'll spill it out for you. And I did do that.
Right. Good on you. That's like the ballsiest thing you've done in months.
What the fuck are you talking about, mate? Seriously. So I'm not allowed to criticize Devon. I'm not allowed to
criticize. Of course you are.
So why are you calling it not having balls then? Why is that not balls?
It's the ballsiest thing you've done, is what I just said. The ballsiest thing, meaning the biggest balls you've shown in a while. Like, if you want to talk to the guy...
Explain yourself. Why is that? Why is that the biggest balls I've shown lately?
Because that first video was so passive-aggressive and limp-wristed, weak shit that everybody knew who you were talking about.
I was being diplomatic. I didn't want fucking drama with Devon. I was just stating I was going my separate way from him for various reasons. All right? And it wasn't just Devon. It was a whole host of other people as well.
You did it in such a weak way. I mean, you could have just come out and said it instead of going, I like to think for myself.
Well,
all this shit. Well, like everybody does anyway.
Well, I did that anyway, and look what happened. So... what would be the point in that? It's just exploded into a fucking shitstorm.
You've got at least another 10 subscribers because of it. So, I mean, there's that.
I don't give a fuck about subscribers, mate. I really don't. I don't care.
That's a joke. Christ. You have no sense of humour whatsoever.
I have got a sense of humour, mate. But I'm just getting across to you. I don't care about subscribers. I never have done, mate. I don't care about them. It's great. It's great when people subscribe and they watch your stuff. That's great. But it's not the be-all and end-all for me. YouTube for me is just a hobby. I don't give a shit about being famous or popular or anything like that. I just like putting my opinion out on a public forum.
I get that, which is, your duty and what you want to do. But, nobody wants to talk to a vacuum, do they? Well, there's nobody in there whatsoever. You're just shouting off your opinion, unless you're just doing a video blog for you.
I'd be happy with just one subscriber. I'd be happy with just one subscriber. In fact, for a long time when I first started YouTube, that's it. I only had 10 subscribers.
Right. Yeah. Well, I haven't really gone up much from that, but that's fine. I mean, if that's what you want. But I mean, this veering off into just making video after video after video about somebody you've never met and you never will meet just seems bizarre because you don't like his behavior. Not what he's saying. It's not his opinion. It's not what he's shouting from that soapbox that you're so proud of. That's not what it is. He's saying it in a manner that you don't like. Same for your friend Nathan. It's the same thing. I mean, I listened to that hangout with you, and oh my god, that debacle that you had. I mean, Christ, on a fucking bike, man. That was an absolute shameful.
Yeah, I agree.
Shameful.
And it was all down to Devon. He gate crashed a
No, he
fucking
was the
video he
funniest
wasn't
part.
invited to.
Oh
Listen
my
to me,
god, that
right?
was the most honest part of it.
Fuck off.
That was the most honest part of it.
Listen to me, right? You brought it up, so I'm going to address it. He came into a hangout he wasn't invited to. I was blocked on his channel, right? He then came into the hangout and threatened to fucking fight people, fucking kill people.
He was going to knife Nathan in the neck. He was going to fly Wyatt over for a fight in Vegas. He was going to get
never happened, by the way.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know. What a weakling.
Yeah. He made a complete fucking arse of himself, mate, because that's not what you do in a hangout. Do you think it's acceptable behaviour to come in a hangout and threaten to fight people? Is that your idea of debate?
I would never have a hangout where my whole topic was to talk about somebody who isn't there.
Fucking hell. Fire.
I mean, you know, I'm not that sad.
It's because he burnt his bridges. He blocked me on the fucking thing. And I'm sorry if he doesn't like that, but if I'm blocked on the channel, he doesn't get a platform on my channel. If I hadn't been blocked, I would have invited him into the hangout.
What did you think about him saying that he would shit on your dog's nose?
I guess he's actually sending you messages now to say to me on the hangout. Very, very nicely thinking for yourself there, Anthony.
I just read it, you dog. Fuck me. Can you not get a sense of humour, Vin? For God's sake, man. I'm amazed you're English.
Mate. You're just pathetic. You really are.
Oh, for God's sake. Well, let's address you. You have no point to make.
What do you mean I've got no point to make?
Okay, so let's address like that hangout that you did, where you're talking about somebody who isn't there and who wasn't invited, and yet got an invite to it, right? He managed to sneak his way in.
Right. We started talking about the fly monkeys, and it was actually the fly monkeys who brought Devon up in the hangout in the first place.
Right, that was just a meme that just happened to take hold. And a meme
so
being
it wasn't as though we instigated talking about Devon ourselves.
No, but the whole flying monkey thing was just something thrown out there that just happened to stick. You understand that, right? All it is actually just a group of like-minded people.
Listen to me, right?
Wait a minute, Vin. You keep cutting me off. Can I just say one thing, right? The flying monkey thing, it's just a meme. There are some of us, and I'm talking like 5 or 6 people that are just, you know, friendly with each other. Me, one of them. But it's not like a network of 150, 200 people throughout the world and blah, 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 blah. Devon's got a lot of supporters, but some of them are not. They just, you know, like his vids, watch his vids, thumb them up.
All right, so let's
on Twitter. I mean, he doesn't have 16,000 people on Twitter, does he?
Let's discuss that, right? So Devon, I'll concede that Devon might think that this is just a joke, right? I'll concede that. But the thing is, right, he has a responsibility because he's encouraging these people, and some people take it fucking seriously. And you only have to look at my comment sections to see that.
And what? I mean, what's going to happen, Vin, from that? I mean, if the worst thing you could gather from that is that you're getting negative attention. But at least you're getting some attention, I guess.
I'm not bothered about that at all, right?
Yeah, but nobody cares.
Don't you understand? It's fucking bad to fucking go around people's channels just dishing out hate just because somebody's being critical of somebody you like on the internet.
Right.
It's fucking
I'm only dishing out. Okay, so I'm dishing out. Okay, so I'm dishing out negative comments to the people that I think need it. I'm not going willy-nilly with it. I'm not going around everybody's fucking I hate you, and just trolling people indiscriminately. Because that's not what's happening. You make videos about me, I'm going to leave a comment on your video and say I think you're a piece of shit, or whatever way I want to word it.
I think we've already established that I've only made one video about you, mate.
Or whatever. It doesn't matter, does it? So I'm entitled to do that, and yet you've done something where I'm not visible on your channel, and I don't honestly care. Right? I'm not going to bleat about it like you will. I can't comment on somebody's videos. Like, I would love it if you had a feature on YouTube where you couldn't even see their video. Like, block them entirely. You try and view one of them videos, it goes, sorry, you're blocked, motherfucker. I'd love that on YouTube. I'm not, I mean, Devon's not here for popularity. His popularity is becoming organic. It just happens because people like his stuff.
Seriously, mate, you're actually going to make that as an argument that he doesn't want popularity?
He doesn't want oh yeah, he's screaming out for subs at the end of every single video, right?
God.
Screaming out for him. Please subscribe. Please subscribe to me. No, he doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a toss. He has a full-time job, dude.
He does give a toss, because when you go to somebody,
oh my god, I'm just going to immediately disagree. You know, I've met this guy, right?
So what? I don't need to meet the guy to see what he does on the internet.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what I'm going to say. You're just going to go, no, that's not true.
Because the evidence shows differently. And yes, I'll show the evidence tomorrow before you say so.
I will wait with bated breath for that video.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. And I'm sure you'll just ignore it like you always do.
Well, you said I don't ignore them. I'll leave nasty comments on them.
You ignore the message of the video. You don't listen to what the video's actually saying. You don't learn anything. You don't learn anything from the videos that I post.
What could I possibly learn from somebody who's living in some shithole in Derbyshire, dude?
Oh,
I mean, let's be real.
Is that what you're going to resort to? Fucking personal attacks because you don't like what I'm saying to you?
You're trying to say I'm going to learn something from you, Vin? What the fuck could I learn from you?
We can all learn something from everybody. That's the idea of being on the internet. But you don't want to do that because you're dogmatic. You don't want to learn from other people. You don't want to see differing opinion. That's quite obvious, Anthony.
Differing opinion on what? On somebody who you've never met and you don't like how their message sounds, although you agree with the message.
Has Anthony ever met Cenk Uygur? But he still makes videos about him, commenting about him.
What?
What does that matter, Anthony? If you've never met somebody, you can see what they're like on the internet and comment on what you see on the internet. That's the idea of a public forum.
Your analogy is terrible. Absolutely woeful, dude.
Well, you're saying because you're saying because I've never met Devon that my criticism isn't valid. He's never met Cenk Uygur. So does that mean his criticism isn't valid?
No, you didn't want to hear what I said. You didn't want to hear what I said. I've met the guy. And you just went, no, and just over-talked me again.
Yeah, no offense, Anthony, but you're so far the guy's far, so I wouldn't take you as an objective fucking commenter on that.
Go ahead. No, carry on.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I wouldn't take you as an objective person on that matter because you're quite obviously so far up the guy's arse. He's your best friend. You've admitted that already. So why should I take your opinion on him? Right. Of course, you're going to be biased towards the guy and say he's a great guy.
Please tell me where I said he's my best friend. Vindicator. Please tell me where I've said he's my best friend.
That's irrelevant. You're obviously friends, so you're going to be biased towards the guy.
Oh, that's bad, is it? That's bad.
Well, you're
saying. Right, so I will give you an example then.
Okay, I've met the guy. He's great. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm supposed to take your word on that. A friend.
Fantastic. Okay.
That's not an objective viewpoint.
So David. Okay, so tell me, when did you meet Nathan?
What are you on about? When did I meet Nathan?
Well, you must have met Nathan at some point, right?
No, I've never met Nathan.
Well, he backs you up all the time on his comments, on your comments as well, on Twitter and on YouTube and everything. I see him there all the time, backing you up. So he must have met you, right? Because
I'm providing evidence and he thinks I'm right. And we do disagree on quite a lot of things.
Really?
He'll tell you that himself. He'll tell you that himself.
Right. Well, that's great. Fantastic. But you've never met him, have you?
And what's that got to do with it?
What? Well, it would make a difference, wouldn't it? To meet the guy, to see if you can back up what he's like and stuff like that, meet him face to face, look him in the eye, all that kind of shit.
I've talked to the guy offline on the phone, and you
Great. Know, go on.
And on Skype and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've talked to like 20 different people on Skype and Hangouts and stuff like that. I'm going to say I know them.
Exactly.
You know, right? I've met Devon face to face. So you would agree that would give me some more of an inclination of what he's actually like.
Yes, and you
just meet him for an hour or two.
Look, the way that you interact with
I admit. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm pulling my hat down as I'm saying. I do admit that I'm his friend. Yeah, I do. It's a cross I have to bear.
Yeah, it's a biased point of view, mate.
Yeah.
You're saying he's this way, right? And because you're his friend. I'm not going to take that as a fucking unbiased criticism of the guy.
Right. What have I said about him, actually? Everybody rewind this tape and tell me what I've said about the guy.
Well, put it this way. You've defended him from making a false flag attack against somebody.
A true flag.
It's not a true flag campaign, mate. Stop calling it that. It's not a true flag campaign. You're trying to spin this fucking propaganda that it's a true flag campaign. Bullshit. It's total bullshit, mate.
True flag. Anyway, yeah, but it's not mine, is it? I mean, it's not my channel, so I don't really give a fuck. Nobody's flagging my channel, although I've asked them to. I don't see any. I mean, our channel's still up. I mean, shit. Can anybody tell me what time our channel's going to go down? Is there a time limit on this thing? There's got to be people flagging it as we speak. For shit.
I think we've said all we need to say, because I don't think we'll get anywhere with this conversation, are we? We're just going to have to agree to disagree. And you know, the thing.
I haven't agreed with the damn thing you've said, other than Steve Shine. Yeah,
the thing we're going to have to agree is that you're going to have to learn, and Devon's going to have to learn, is that people get criticised on the internet. And
no, we're never going to learn anything from you, Vindicator. Ever. Nobody's ever going to learn anything whatsoever that you ever have to say.
No, because when you've got closed minds, dogmatic minds like you,
you
never will. You never will. You'll be stuck in your ways. You'll be stuck in your ways, bitching about people criticising Devon for the rest of your life because you can't take it, mate.
Okay, you sound quite upset.
I'm not upset, mate, at all. I'm just fucking amazed that a so-called skeptic can behave like you on the internet.
Well, you're a skeptic that's giving no evidence. So, I mean,
I'm a skeptic that can provide the evidence that's already said.
Boom, evidence, boom. Yeah. So, I mean, I'll keep on talking to you, man. I've got another hour. I've got another hour scheduled.
Yeah, well, it's 8 minutes past 3 here, mate, in the UK. It's a bit fucking late now. And we're not getting anywhere. This is pointless. This is fucking pointless. It really is.
Well, you had no point to bring.
Well,
I asked you questions and you have no evidence. And
I've already said, when we rewind this tomorrow and we say I'm going to provide evidence, I've already said I'm going to provide evidence.
Is it going to go up on your channel straight away?
In a video. So I'm going to provide evidence of what I've said in this hangout. I always fucking do. I leave links in the underbar to my videos, which is to look at sometimes, maybe.
Great. Thorough. I like it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Is that it? An hour of just you nonsensical points and stuff?
So, mate, I can't take another hour of you. I really can't. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. And you're honestly fucking on Devon's cock. So there's no point in discussing with you.
What does that mean? Whoa. What does that mean? On Devon's cock? Are you trying to say I'm a homosexual?
You're a suck-up, mate. Mate, you're a suck-up. Everybody can see it. You are a suck-up. You're riding on Devon's coattails. You're riding on Devon's coattails. That's the only reason you have any recognition whatsoever is because of Devon. And that's plain for everybody to see.
Okay. Are you finished? Can you give evidence for any of what you just said?
You don't need to give evidence, mate. It's fucking plainly obvious. It's plainly fucking obvious, mate. Okay. You might not like that, but it's the truth.
Okay, so this is not. So are you going to let me speak? Because this has not been a chat. This is just you trying to give a diatribe of some upset little man from Derbyshire. I mean, Christ Almighty, man, get a fucking grip. Get a grip.
You came into the hangout. You tried to fucking defend somebody for making a false flag attack.
No.
Yes, you did.
I said I didn't. I said I didn't speak for Devon. And you said, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Like that's some kind of rebuttal, which it isn't, Vindicator, David, and you damn well know it. So you've made yourself look like a bit of a cunt and a twat.
I don't think I have, mate. You have.
And it's recorded for posterity.
Yeah, so every time you make a comment sucking up to Devon, you make yourself look a cunt, mate.
Well, he's not here right now, is he? I'm standing on my own 2 feet.
No, I don't think he is, mate. I think you've got him somewhere on the chat feeding you little comments to say to me.
Yeah, of course. I'm like when I went to Vegas, he installed a chip in my head.
That's not what I'm talking about. You're being fucking facetious. I'm talking about you looking at him in the chat. You're having a really good time saying stuff that Devon's telling you to say. Well,
I said one thing about it. I said one thing about his. You pointless utter twat.
That's the big thing about all this. It's plainly obvious you don't like the criticism. You call myself
screaming out.
Fucking cunt, mate. You really are. It's just an absolute.
You don't let me speak, do you stupid little twat?
You talk like a little fucking cunt. That's what you are. A little cunt. A little boy on the internet trying to relive his fucking youth with fucking preteens. How pathetic is that, mate?
Fantastic.
I think we're done here, aren't we? Are we done?
You've made enough of a twat of yourself.
Yeah, you have, mate. I think we're done here. So we'll end this hangout and
yes, I am. And what are you?
I wasn't expecting anything to come from this hangout, mate. I really wasn't.
You made I did. I got an awful lot out of it.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm sure
you,
you did, mate.
Vindicator.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Anthony.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Twatto. Twatto.
You cunt.
Twatto.
Yeah, bye.
Twat.
Yeah, fuck off, you cunt.
Cunt. Mental.
Holy fucking shit. Fucking hell. Yeah, this is Vindicator signing off.